Welcome to the first Fit Flow Mini. So Fit Flows in general are going to be kind of our sculpting, strengthening, yoga sculpt type classes. There's definitely going to be a bit of Pilates in there as well. Fit Flow Minis are just about a 10-minute workout that is focused and targeted in one particular muscle group or joint. So today the joint is our hips. So we're going to be working the glutes and the booty to get them to burn a little bit. So first we're going to get started in our all fours position. But before we get started, I want you to maybe turn on some music, something that motivates you or that you enjoy listening to. So anyway, we'll get started in our all fours position. We're going to do 7 moves all on the left side first, and then lay down, 7 more moves, and then we keep moving on to the right side. So first we are just set up in that all fours position, making sure we feel stable through the shoulders and the core, and really let the work and the motion come from the hips and the glutes. So stabilizing the upper body, press into the mat a little bit, grip the ground, and then exhale, draw in that core. As you breathe in and out, you might release the core a little bit and then drop back in with your exhale. So let it kind of be a movement through that contraction the whole time. Okay, let's take it into our hip circles first. So I want you to think left heel towards your butt, and then we take it back first. So imagine you're drawing circles with your knee. So if you keep your heel towards your bottom, keeping that glute engaged, and make sure that's what's working. When the knee comes past the hip joint forward, you start to use the hip flexor, the front of the hip. Each move is going to be about 20 seconds. So we're going to switch directions here, out and around. Try to keep both arms straight the whole time. Keep that breath going. And next we have our diagonal motion. So cross that left knee over the right leg and open up, do a little kick out. So rotate that arch of the foot down. So closing the hips and opening the hips. Closing the hips and opening the hips. Trying to keep that low back pretty neutral. It's okay if it rotates a little bit. And then we take it out, keep it out to the side. And I want you to tuck the knee and extend it back. Tuck the knee, extend it back. Keep that whole leg active. So think about engaging from the toes to the hip. Good, let's keep it forward right here. Knee forward, just drop it down and lift. Down and lift. The harder part of the move is when that leg is lifted. So if you can think about exhale, press it out there. Engage the core. Okay, straight back, straight in, straight back, straight in. A lot of times we want to use our low back, so make sure that feels really stable. So instead of arching and rounding a lot, keeping that neutral. We got one more. We're going to combo the diagonal and the pull. So I want you to diagonal, extend, pull that knee, extend. Diagonal, extend, pull, extend. Diagonal, extend. Almost there. Both hips burning, that's good. 3, 2, and 1. Set it down, let the hips shift off from side to side. Loosen the hips, maybe a little cat-cow. And then we get 7 more exercises for that left side, laying on your right side. So come all the way down to the mat, whatever's comfortable for the head, shoulder, and neck. And our first one, we're going to go back to what we did on all fours, so it's kind of circular motion. I want your bottom leg to be bent, so you're stabilizing yourself with that bottom leg as well. But what other things that stabilize you is your core and that elbow. So first things first, let's do our circle. So point the toe, this one. I want you to bring that foot forward, up, back, and down. At first, this might look like a rectangle. That's fine. Keep it a rectangle the whole time. Up, back, and down. Or maybe you can make it a circular motion. You might feel different sensations. Hip flexor and glute. Try to keep those hips stacked. And we reverse that circle right here. Go up first, up and around, up and around. And your next move is going to be a flexed foot position. So bring it back, flexed foot. I want you to rotate your foot up and toes down. Rotate up. I call it thread the needle. So imagine that your toes are threading up and threading down. Up and down. Little rotators in those hips are starting to burn. We reverse it. So heel lifts, heel drops. Heel lifts, heel drops. And right here, bring those feet together. We're gonna do clamshell, so bring that knee and just lift it up. Think those rotators that are just fatigued are getting a little bit more work. We're gonna bring this up a notch each exercise. We have 2 more exercises after this. We're gonna take it into a side plank. So I want you to press up on that left hand and come on to the elbow. So your shin and your forearm is kind of your base of support. Drop those hips back and lift both hips forward. So you drop hips back, hips forward. So you're doing that same motion, that kind of clamshell motion, but you got some extra weight on both glutes. So you feel that bottom glute really firing. Your final one is at the top of that plank. So lift it, keep that glute engaged, straighten out that top leg, and lower and lift. Keep breathing, both are burning, both are working. Strong through that shoulder, press that elbow in. You have 3, 2, and 1. Good, set it down. My favorite stretch for after side plank stuff is a mermaid. So wrap those feet so your bottom leg, which would be your right leg, is kind of on the inside of that thigh, and you bring it up and over. So you might feel some hip stretch, you might feel some side body stretch. If you feel like you're gonna get a cramp in this hip, maybe tuck that foot back, or you can even extend it in a big up and over. Good, so we are halfway there. So we are gonna get going on your right leg in your all fours position. Second round is always harder because they're already fatigued, they're already working. So we'll get started, get it done. So your first one is that hip circle with the right foot. So take your right heel to your right bottom and we do our circle. So we're gonna go back and around. Again, that right glute did a lot of work already because it stabilized through a lot of stuff. And then that last one definitely worked a lot. And we reverse it, bring it around. Keep that heel to bottom active, working that hamstring, core drawn in. And we take it to that diagonal motion. So take crossing the left knee and then kick it out to the side. Cross and kick. Remember, core drawn in, arms are straight. And we keep it out to the side, this next one, and pull in. So you're lifted, extended, and then you pull the knee. Extend and pull. Extend and pull. Keep that knee lifted high. Keep breathing. And we pull it down and lift. Down and lift. Knee stays in. Both hips working. We go straight back. 3, 2, and 1. Straight back and in. Again, this is where the spine really wants to arch and round, so keep that stabilized from the core muscles. Make the glute, hamstring, hip flexor do the work. We just have our combo to finish. Right here, cross, extend, pull, extend, cross, extend, pull, extend. If you can get to that elbow to knee, we get to rest after this, not quite yet. 3, 2, and 1. Good, sit back, let those hips drop side to side. And again, our last set of 7 exercises of laying on our left side, focused on that right hip. So lay on down however it's comfortable for that shoulder. Remember, bottom leg, bottom shin is angled back. So parallel with the end of your mat. Your first one is those circles, so point the toes and forward and around. Maybe it's a rectangle if you think about forward, up, back, and down. If you can smooth out that motion, even better. Try to stabilize the pelvis again, make the hip do the work. And reverse it, up and around. Up and around. Got thread the needle next, so our first we're leading with those toes, so lead the toes up, lead the toes down, deep into that hip. We reverse it, heel leads, here we go, 3, 2, 1, heel and heel. Got those knee openers or clamshells. 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet together. First, just the top leg moves. Try not to let this hip shift back. Keep that stacked. Squeeze that rotator. We bring it up a notch, coming into that side plank. 3, 2, and bring it up. Remember, both legs work now. So open up, bring the hips forward. Close the knees, hips back. Forward and back. Forward. Feeling that bottom hip turn on again. Okay, stay at the top of that side plank. Lower and lift that top leg. You are so close to being done with those hips. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Set it back. Let's do that mermaid stretch here. Taking the hips and up and over. Again, if that doesn't feel good to this hip one, we should probably work on some internal rotation. But if it feels better for right now, just to bring that leg out. Awesome. You probably want a little bit more hip stretches. So if you want to find a mindful mobility flow all about the hips, should be coming soon. Will be great for stretching out the muscles that you just worked. Thanks for joining.